This, aka our product, is so great, but again, we run into the issue where healthy and clean products, or ones that are mindful of allergens, are way more than the cost of a box of Twinkies from Walmart for $2. That's the main issue. Thank you for this comment. We get comments similar to this a lot, so I just wanted to take another chance to reply to this by a video to explain a little bit more about our product and why it's difficult to price match something like a Twinkie. So one big factor here is ingredient quality, and I think a lot of consumers have this perception that because something uses quality ingredients, the brand is just passing that through to the consumer and trying to get like the benefit of the fact that it's a quality ingredient, where what's really happening is those types of ingredients cost us more to make. So for example, we're using like organic maple syrup as one of the sweeteners in our products, and that is like $6 a pound, whereas cane sugar you can get for like a fraction of a dollar, right? So we're, 6 to maybe, let's just estimate, like 12 to 15 times more expensive on the sweetener itself that we are purchasing. We're not, causing a premium on that and passing it through to the consumer. It's just the way of the world because sugar is so mass produced, flour is so mass produced. And most basic cake formulations are kind of made with like sugar, fat, and flour. And ours, again, being gluten-free and a high protein product, is just made with a completely different like structure of ingredients. And obviously protein, again, with supply issues and just like the way our world has set up agriculture and the ease of those industries, is a lot more expensive. Now, the biggest one here is that Hostess is obviously a massive company, and when they make these huge productions, they have so many efficiencies that we just don't have access to as a small brand. They use highly processed and inexpensive ingredients, and they also use automation. They have been around for over 100 years, and this is just one of the brands. Obviously, there's many brands in this industry who have kind of like similar stories. So if you gave me millions of dollars and 100 years to optimize my process and my product and, bring in different pieces of equipment and have this like scale where I could buy these ingredients in mass, in truckloads or more than truckloads, we would get to that efficiency. But in order for us to get there, which is the goal, we just have to exist until that point, right? So kind of another way to summarize is like small brands like us don't get any bulk discounts really on our ingredients. Like the most I can ever really afford to purchase on one thing is like a fraction of a pallet of something, whereas you have Hostess like buying in whole truckloads of just one of their ingredients. And then the other thing is that a lot of our process is still done by hand, and is like more artisanal. Again, not the longer term plan for the company because we do want to be more competitive on price, but simply because we can't afford to have customized engineered equipment to work with our product. For example, our batter has a very different texture and has been really challenging just to get it to work through one piece of equipment that we have, and we've had to do our own like customizations around it. When you look at videos of like how a Twinkie is made, they've invested millions, if not probably billion by this point, for sure, maybe more, definitely more. I feel they've been around forever, and all of their equipment that actually automates like making sure that the quality is identical, making sure that the batter is the right consistency, making sure that they're, like inputting the whip or the frosting properly and like doing the swirls. Like all of that is millions and millions and millions of dollars of investment that we just haven't got to yet. There's never really a good final point for me to make in these videos. I never know the perfect way to frame it, but what I want to convey is that I understand that our price isn't at parity, and I understand that the economy is in a tough place, but I also understand that we have authority and agency as consumers to spend our dollar on what we want to see in our future. And I think supporting small brands and brands that have a vision for what we want on our shelves is a choice that we can make. Do I expect that consumers are going to be able to purchase as many units of our product as they do of Hostess? No. But when they are interested in trying and they have the ability to maybe just pick up a pack here or there, that's like the lifeblood that keeps us going and helps us get to the place where we can eventually create all of these efficiencies. Ultimately, that is my goal. I grew up on Hostess and Little Debbie. I love that stuff. It's so nostalgic. I think it's amazing. These American brands that have been able to like become such a functional part of our society and have this like crazy brand recognition and like loyalty. I want that for Honeycut. And I hope that we can get there one day, but we can't get there if we don't have, people seeing the vision and helping support the vision along the way. And And unfortunately, that does mean that our price structure looks a little bit different. Yeah, there's never a good way to summarize that, but it's a journey, and affordability is important for us, but we are also at the mercy of, like I said before, what ingredients cost and how difficult it is to start and scale a business today.